The European Parliament will be debating transparency issues this afternoon after the release of the Bahama Leaks and also the revelations about Barroso and Nellie Kroes in particular. What does your group have to say about this issue?
Well, first of all, I think it shows that the Barroso Commission really is, or used to be, pretty much a mess. Because if I look at the long list of former commissioners who now take up or have taken up jobs at financial institutions like Goldman Sachs in the case of Barroso, or Merrill Lynch in the case of Kroes, or companies like Uber, again in the case of Kroes, you see that there is an idea that it's normal to go from the Commission right to the big business that you've been working with, apparently. That's one thing. Secondly, we have a system in the Commission. There's a code of conduct for commissioners. And we have a period of 18 months where there is a lobby ban and where you have to submit all these jobs that you want to take up to an ethical committee. Well, I've looked at the replies of the ethical committee. They approve everything on the condition that the commissioner behaves with integrity and discretion. That's no real check. I think if there's a risky job, the ethical committee should decide, no, you can't take that job. And after 18 months, a former commissioner can do anything. There is no lobby ban anymore. So take Commissioner Kroes, who is going to work with Uber. She used to be commissioner for the digital agenda. She will now be a lobbyist for this company that's very much interested in the digital market in Europe. So that's a conflict of interest of a huge proportion, and we have no rules otherwise than a general criterion of integrity. I think there should really be guidelines. I think the cooling off period should not be a year and a half, but much longer. And together with the guidelines, we should avoid from coming into the situation where former commissioners become lobbyists for companies that they have worked with as commissioners.
Some of these commissioners are leaving the Commission at quite an early stage and they still want or need to work. And so they have the right to seek employment, surely. So why shouldn't they work for, say, Goldman Sachs?
Well, in the case of Barroso, he already gets a pre-pension of 7,000 a month. And he will get a full pension in a few years of 10,000 a month. I don't think he's really to be pitied as far as his income is concerned, in addition to all the other academic posts that he has, where there is no conflict of interest involved. So I think Goldman Sachs is a very, very bad choice of Mr. Barroso. And I don't think the argument, I need to have an income, is in his case valid at all.
Would you like to see a list of companies that were considered to be beyond the pale?
No, I think we need commissioners who have a certain decency. And if Barroso, even today, doesn't understand that Goldman Sachs was at the heart of the financial crisis, that there are still hundreds of thousands of people in every member state unemployed because of the financial crisis, and he thinks it's an ordinary job, then he was a wrong president of the Commission. Stiff integrity rules and good commissioners who respect integrity, that's what we need, and I don't think blacklisting is the solution.